So we're here at the Meadow Mine. This is a new place for me and my doggies and my friends, Phil and Dave. And we're having some luck right off the bat here. As soon as we got out of the car and walked over here, we started getting some hot spots. So
what does noise mean? Is that a good thing?
That's a good thing, I think. It's been a while, but I think this is worth digging.
You think so? Good.
Yeah, it's not real pretty, but it may clean up.
Yeah, it's got some black glassy look to it. So.
My friend Steve Dubik came here many years ago, and he and his friends found some very nice monazites. But Dave there is finding some black glassy, so there's evidently a lot of stuff here. Okay. This seems to be digging in some loose. I don't know whether this is, there's definitely tailings here, but this could be native soil at this point. Boy, it's just getting hotter and hotter. Just getting hotter and hotter. I keep thinking I'm going to pull it right out here, but I just keep getting deeper and deeper.
I forgot, when I told you about this, how thick did it say the davidite was? 8 to 10 feet or something?
Yes.
That's cool.
Okay, it seems to be over on this side a little bit.
Oh. It's a quartz with a mica in it. You ever see that before?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's great.
Mica books sticking out.
Well, that's at least one of the pieces. That's at least one of the pieces.
Yeah, keep looking.
It's like probably a piece or something. Yeah, let's
You're
put
moving
that
on?
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see what I can find. Those trees are arranged weird right there. It's like a big teepee.
Yeah. Noisy.
There, I think maybe the main piece. So this is what it looks like. Doesn't look very pretty, but once you clean it up, we may see some crystal form in it. So Phil had been finding pieces of these really nicely faceted monazites, and they all appear to be
right in this.
part of this big conglomerate that he's trying to pull out.
Want me to?
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah. So just keep working at it. Looks promising. Hopefully. That again?
The bottom part is still here, and then that big chunk came out of here.
Uh-huh.
And you can see where it was touching and contacting the matrix.
Yeah. So the pieces that Phil is pulling out, and he's pulled out quite a few, maybe all one big crystal, and he's just it's parting along the crystal lattice. So it's pretty interesting and beautifully faceted. So it'll be fun to try to piece this thing back together to see if it's really one big crystal.
Yeah, well, I think it is.
So I think we found La Jarita. It's not on the coordinates that we thought it was, but apparently this is it. So we're checking it out. So how deep is that?
Not very.
About 10 feet.
Okay.
It looks pretty muddy.
All right.
There's a sleeping bear in there.
Oh, it fits together. Well, you saw it first. There it is. All right, what we're finding here are a lot of these beautiful faceted specimens. And it's something very rare called davidite, I believe. I mean, I'd have to get it home and XRF it for sure, but it sure looks like the stuff that I found right across the gulch there on the ridge. And Phil and Dave started finding them down the slope, and then Phil came up here to the top and started finding them in mass. How many have you found in this hole so far?
A lot.
Well,
I don't know. Too many
Two?
to count. Too many to count.
10?
No, not 10.
At any rate, I think we're into the
It's good stuff, though.
pod where these things developed. And this is just as exciting as it gets.
My namesake mineral.
Oh, that's right. It's mine too.
Yeah.
It's meant to be.
Phil, what's going on, Phil? Imposter.
Okay, we're each got our hot spots that we're working on. I've got a fresh one down here I'm going to start working on.
Okay. Holy God damn it. You can use it as a coaster.
Holy cow.
No wonder.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's a new record.
Yes, dude.
That's a new record. We'll wash that off and get a. And there's more where that came from. Yeah, that's beautiful. Jesus, that belongs in the
incredible.
museum.
Yeah. Wow. Hey, is this what they got in Australia?
Now remember, you offered for me to dig that one up.
No, here. You sure? You don't want it, right?
No, it's yours.
What the heck is going on here? Shooting fish in a barrel, right, guys?
Yeah.
Well, there's actually already a couple holes. Yeah. But I think okay. See what we got here. Yeah, move it over.
There's more where it came from.
Let's see it here. Yep. It's a small piece, but very typical davidite. And this is a weird mineral. For years, nobody could identify this. But after a lot of XRFing and consulting with experts who were kind of clueless, I've decided to call this davidite.
Nice.
Because it's some pieces look, the XRF looks just like classical davidite from Australia or Zambia, so I'm pretty certain.
baby one.
Nice.
Oh, maybe that was it.
Oh man. Another.
Wow. This is right here.
Are you guys feeling a little crazy with this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
no,
how I
that's just
felt when I found those fields. And here's another one.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, another field, you know.
yeah. Well, this, you know, this is the kind of find that
Something
makes
right
the whole
there.
trip. It makes, you know, all the effort that it took to get here worth it.
This is loco.
Yeah.
I think this is the thorn right here.
Yeah. Next to all this is quartzite, right?
Yep.
Yeah. You know, thank you for teaching me that, because before I would always look at that and I had no idea what it's called.
This is how you run Gimadog out of a battery.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah, the other thing about davidite, it is wicked hot. Around here anyway, it's got a very high uranium content.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that threw us off
Yeah.
with davidite from other places. Don't seem to have proportionally this amount of uranium.
Like this is richer.
Yeah.
I have one right here.
And
Would you like the pleasure?
Oh, you
my
go for it.
theory is that the uranium is substituting for the rare earths. And so
Lanthanum
very
and
few of these pieces actually
cerium.
seem to have rare earths, but a few of them do.
Cerium?
Yeah, the cerium seems to be missing. But a few pieces have cerium and lanthanum. And that's what first clued me into, they must be davidite with a lot of substitution. Yeah, I think Phil must be into the
Yeah, the main vein there.
main mother lode, and we're just finding the escapees.
Yep.
There's a tree root. The tree's version of having coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. You're still pulling stuff out of that hole, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, these are yours. Okay. I went up here and didn't seem to find anything. What is that?
My white blood cell count's going down, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got the mother lode right here.
Yeah.
And especially that big one, and then
It's got crystal. It's a corner piece.
and it may be a fragment of other pieces. We'll have to try putting that together. So Phil is still up there working his davidite pod. This is an incredible find. What was that, Phil?
I'm done with it.
You're done with it. So he's cleaned out that hole. We'll get a count, but he got a dozen or more specimens out of that one hole. Like I say, most likely davidite. I found a very hot one right over there just sitting on the surface. So I'm going to be looking up this slope here. In the meanwhile, there's one down here. So let me just see if I can dig it up with one hand here. I can put on my glove at least and move some dirt. Because it sounds like a pretty nice one as well. Okay, let's see if I've moved it. So that screamer turned out to be this small guy. It's probably a euxenite. And I've got another one over there where my dog is that's a screamer as well. So this is the screamer that came out of the most recent hole here. And I would guess that this is a euxenite. So all of these pieces that I'm finding right in this area seem to be euxenite, and then right over on the adjacent slope we were just finding davidites. So this is a very interesting pegmatite here. Well guys, we should be happy with that days.
Oh yeah.
Especially Phil. He's no longer an apprentice. He's now the master. The master gamma dogger. So, so we started off at Meadow and found some nice stuff, and especially Phil. Okay, so I found some stuff, a nice piece of monazite and some euxenites, and then Dave found some stuff that's from, we haven't separated yours out, but you found basically the same kind of stuff.
Yeah, those two things.
But then Phil got into a pod of monazites where you pulled out
Let's see if I can do it.
like 10 different pieces, right?
Of the same thing.
Of the same thing. And it looks like most of them are from the same specimen because he's actually putting them back together. And the interesting thing is they're not fractured. They're cleaved along the crystal lattice. And so it's...
Oh, did I have it? I just had it.
Yeah, it's... well, I've got some pictures of it. I'll put them in that, but it's spectacular. He's now fit 4 of the pieces together, and it's one of the most spectacular monazite crystals I've seen.
It's probably
from
2
out
pounds
here.
total or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Yeah,
hard
it's
for me to
Yeah.
estimate.
So that was Meadow, and if that weren't good enough, we fought our way to La Jarita, and it's not easy to get to, but we got there, and initially it didn't look like much. We didn't find a thing initially, but then intrepid Phil went down in the wash and found a piece of euxenite, right?
Yeah.
And then that set off a series of events where we started looking up the slope and ended up getting into this very strange mineral that I've mentioned before, this davidite. And they have a certain look to them that's different from anything else. They've got a lot of flat sides, a lot of facets. They're
Got kind of a reddish hue to them too.
Yeah, I guess I don't really see the reddish hue, but
Yeah, right there.
well, okay, so, and as we worked our way up the slope, Phil actually got into what I think is where all of these came from, the pod where these davidites came out of the pegmatite. And he dug up probably 10 of these.
However many, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
These are all yours, right?
Are they?
Well, these are your.
I guess.
Yeah. So, anyway,
It's crazy.
including this monster. I mean, this is an amazing specimen. This is certainly by far the biggest davidite. If it turns out to be davidite, I assume it is because all the others coming from that hole have that davidite look to them. So, do you have anything to add, Phil?
The country rock that I was digging these out, it comes up in plates.
Yeah.
So I wondered maybe that's why they look this way.
Okay, well, that's one theory. Anyway, that was turned out to be a spectacular day, and it's just our first day. Although we're losing Dave, he's going back home. But Phil and I will be here for the rest of the week, and we'll see what else we can get into. Hope you enjoyed these specimens because these are really some very special finds today.
Shoot, I almost.
What about your big hunker?
Well, this is a big piece of euxenite. It's the hottest, by far it's the hottest thing here. It measures over 1 million counts per minute, this thing here. It's wicked hot. Anyway. All right, these people are all bouldering here. This is a spectacular spot. Is this like a really good spot for bouldering?
It's pretty good. It's pretty remote. Not too many people know about it.
Yeah, it looks very cool. You're going to be on YouTube. I hope you don't mind.
I don't mind. He was made for YouTube.
And then here's where we are camped over here. You can see my car and tent, and Phil is on the other side over there. So today we're at Alma, and I'm looking uphill toward where we parked on the road, and actually directly toward Lone Wolf. But then we had to climb down into a steep canyon and then climb back the other side. And here's at least one shaft. And evidently this is quite extensive. Well, we know from the records that this is a very large area that was mined. So we're just gonna survey it and see if we find anything. So we're back at Meadow this morning. After a fruitless day of searching yesterday, we came back to where we knew we were gonna find stuff. And that hole right there is where Phil found those spectacular monazites. And so we're gonna come back and check this place out and see if we can find some more good monazites. And I think I've got a hit right below it. So let's see if I have any luck. So that particular hole gets into really hard rock quickly. So I decided to move on and see if I could find something easier to dig. And I found a nice specimen here. This appears to be two parts of the same specimen. And meanwhile, Phil is up there digging in the hole that he found those magnificent specimens yesterday. And I may go back over there to that hole and see if I can pull something out of it.
Tell me what.
So you're going to give us a little petrology lesson here.
Maybe. So
Okay.
we got a big piece of single piece quartz that's a little translucent, and you can see this dark area and the light through it. I found a big double crystal of monazite right here our first day.
Yeah.
And then now there's some vitreous black mineral, which is pretty hot. I don't know if some arsite or euxenite right there.
Yeah.
And then right next to it is a big book of mica.
And I see a reddish, is that reddish area between it? Could that possibly be monazite there?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't.
And where do you say you see some monazite right now?
Well, I got the monazite out of this hole,
Oh, okay.
but
So
it was like up here.
It was
So it's kind of funny to see one crystal type, another crystal type, another one,
Yeah,
and then a third one.
very
So
cool.
it makes me think it's like one of those cavities with the hydrothermal fluid.
Yeah. So we've had a little bit of luck this morning. We keep trying to dig in that quartz up there where Phil had so much luck yesterday. But keep just hitting solid rock. So Phil's still up there working on a spot. Maybe he'll have luck again. And I've broadened out my search a little bit. And I found a promising spot. And at least so far, it's not in rock, it's in native soil. But who knows if the rock is directly beneath. Oh, no, that's not it. Let's see here. Oh, I already got it. There it is. Okay. Well, this is not a bad looking specimen. It's got some nice facets to it. Huh. Yeah. If I didn't know any better, I would say this might be a piece of davidite. So, and if we hadn't found all that davidite at La Jarita, which is downhill from here, a good ways, could be 2 kilometers. But this looks very much like it. Look at these facets. That's very intriguing. Of course, I won't really know until I get it home and XRF it. So right down there is where I found that, what I think may be davidite. And so I've searched all up slope here to see if I can find any more. And I've got a hit here, but if it's davidite, it's got to be pretty deep because it's not a strong signal, but we'll see. So this turned out to be just a little piece of euxenite, a little screamer, you know, buried pretty deep. So that's unfortunate because I thought it might be a davidite. If I can. Oh, they're even waiting for us. Yeah, there's some
Wild horses.
Wild horses. There's a whole bunch of them there. There's a black one. Oh, and there's
we saw these.
oh yeah,
yesterday.
there's 2 of them. There's 3 of them in a group now. Yeah, there's a lighter one. Oh, and look, there's a brown one up there. There's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, it's the same crab we saw.
Okay, so you
We'll
can
go slow, okay?
move forward, and I'll
Keep,
keep
they're
filming.
us. They're all watching us.
Yeah, that's nice. I've been up here 20 times or more, and I've never seen a bunch like that. I'll see them individually, but yeah, that's beautiful. They don't seem to be too concerned about us.
They ran away yesterday.
You can go ahead and move forward a little bit. Too zoomed in here.
Sorry.
Oh, there's one right close by here.
Is there?
Yeah,
I can't see it.
it's this white one. Yeah, they're beautiful. They do really well out here.
Good.
Huh. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Now they're just strolling along. So I count 6 in this group. Now if a wild turkey would strut through there,
Then you got the whole.
yeah, that's amazing. So today we went to Meadow again to see what kind of luck we would have, because Phil had some tremendous luck yesterday, and we're especially looking for good monazites again. So let's see what we found. So first, this is the stuff that Phil found. So he ended up finding just a few euxenite specimens, and then this nice euxenite crystal in matrix. It's kind of a nice big crystal in the matrix itself. I had a little bit more luck today than I did yesterday. Once again, I found a few euxenites, and this one in particular is kind of nice. Got some nice crystal form to it. Got kind of that cauliflower growth pattern. And then right below where Phil found his monster monazite cluster is what I'm going to call it, because it's just too many crystals in there to be a single one. I found this. Now, it could actually be part of the same cluster, and so we'll try to fit it together later on. So that was a nice find. That's a pretty piece. But the most exciting thing that made the day was to find this. And if you remember from yesterday, was that yesterday?
2 days ago.
Was that 2 days?
Yesterday we struck out.
Oh, that's right. Yesterday we struck out. So forget yesterday. 2 days ago we found a lot of davidite at La Jarita. And today at Meadow it looks like I found another one, because this is a classic davidite crystal. Assuming all this stuff is davidite, and I think it is. That is an exciting find. That means there's davidite at 4 different localities that I found it. And before I started finding it, it had never been identified here in Petaca, and now I found it at 4 different localities. So anyway, that made the day for me. And other than that, we did a lot of exploring and reconnoitering, can we say?
Yeah, reconnaissance.
Reconnaissance.
Yes.
Which was very useful too. So now we know our way around this place a lot better. Anyway, tomorrow we're going to go to a new site, and we'll see what we find. So how many pieces of monazite did you pull? Are you fitting together?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 pieces. Wow.
Yeah. Should I turn it around?
If you can. I mean, it's hard to hold it
killing
together with all the pieces. You're going to fall apart.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you can do it.
Challenge accepted.
All right.
H. Here. It was like that.
Okay. All righty. Okay, just hold it still for a second. It doesn't need to be exactly perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man. We did it.
Great.
Yeah. Tight tail hook. You can actually. I can't believe you made that look chill. That looks kind of bumped the right foot off that left thing. Yeah, yeah. You bumped all the way up to the tip, right? I was gonna get there.
So these guys are in this cave that's formed by the rocks. We're camped right outside there. So it's been pretty interesting to watch these guys practice their boulder climbing here. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, switch it in. Yeah. That's better. Come on, good. Good, I'm on. Tight. I'm on you. Come on, Keenan. Oh! Dude. I was like, I think I can go higher, but I'm like...
So here we are driving up to Kiowa Mine, and it's quite a long drive along a road that we're not familiar with. We're not even sure if we're going to get there, but it's a pretty ride, and I've got my Gamma Dog turned on here in the floorboard just in case we get a hit. So we finally made it to Kiowa Mine, and you can actually see Kiowa Peak over there. And it was a rough road, long rough road to get here. And we had to walk the last couple hundred meters, but we parked way up at the top. And we haven't found much. Phil found that its first hot spot in some tailings. But I hadn't found anything but dispersed areas as well. But that is a localized hotspot. That's going to yield something, most likely. Well, this hotspot turned out to be in very hard, solid quartz. It's right up in here, and I was trying to break into it here from the bottom, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this right now. Instead, what I'm going to do is assume that, and actually Phil is working a hole up there. Who knows? I mean, this looks like a promising hill, and so the idea is to work your way down a little bit and see if you can get below the edge of this pegmatite where things have weathered out. So right over there where my little doggies are, it's where that evidently a nice crystal that's buried in solid quartz. And up there, Phil's still working on there. There he is. He's still working on some hole. And I crossed over kind of parallel to where that hole was. And there's some tailings here. And that's what looks like what I'm into here, but it seems pretty localized. So this turned out to be what appears to be a piece of euxenite. Pretty hot little guy. So this is promising. We're definitely going to find some stuff here today. So right there was where I found that little euxenite, and then right up the hill from it, I pulled this out of the ground, which is not very pretty. I'm not sure what it is, to tell you the truth. But it's pretty hot, so I'll take it home and see what I've got here. So right above those other two holes, I thought I was onto a really nice specimen, but it turns out it's a crystal buried somewhere in this quartz right there. So I think I'm gonna just leave it for the next guy. So down there was where I found a couple little euxenites, nothing too exciting. And I mentioned that Phil was up here digging in some hole. Well, he's still digging in that hole. And so I came up to help him. And you can see we've created quite a mess here. We've got piles of radioactive dirt all over the place up here.
They're all dirt.
And it's hot as can be, but it's hard to find a specimen at this point. And then we've got into something really interesting. It's this yellow mineral. It's a canary yellow.
There's some more down here.
It's in the bottom of the hole. You can see it's quite brilliant. So we're not quite. Now there's a black. What is that black stuff right above
This?
it?
Where?
Just more mica, I guess. Anyway, we have pulled
Euxenite.
some nice specimens of euxenite out of here. Why don't you show the bag? Oh, I guess it's down here.
It's down here.
Yeah. So, well, is that the yellow? That's the yellow bag. So, Here's the euxenite bag. There are a few good crystals in there. So it's been a productive hole, and this is obviously a pod of euxenite, and it's whatever this yellow mineral is, which is very hot, as it turns out.
100.
Okay.
1.9.
So this hole is 2 million counts per minute.
It's too much of just gamma.
And just gamma. Huh. Yeah. So we we went to Kiowa, didn't find anything. We went to South Kiowa and didn't find anything. And then Phil came down to what on his map is called Buena Vista and found a piece of monazite, a nice little crystal. And so we came back down here after he came and fetched me. We came back down here, and the first thing I found was this monster piece of very crystalline, apparently euxenite. I mean, that's a beautiful, beautiful specimen. So maybe we're onto something here. So we're back at La Jarita. We decided to spend our last day of collecting here at La Jarita, where we had so much luck the other day. And right up there is where Phil found that amazing pod. Look how blue that sky is. It's just a beautiful day, and it's cool, at least right now, because it's early morning. And I think that I found another specimen here, and hopefully it'll be, because it's directly below that pod, it'll be another davidite. Yes, another classic piece of davidite. I mean, it just doesn't get any more davidite than that. It may be a piece that we can piece together from that pod. Beautiful. So right below my pack was where I found that other little piece of davidite. And this is kind of classic prospecting in this particular situation, because I'm looking, we got quite a few specimens, the obvious specimens. Now I'm looking for the less obvious specimens, and they're going to be weaker, and so I'm trying to follow up on every signal. And whenever I get a signal that's a little bit stronger, like consistent, like that, then I look around and I think, okay, this looks promising, and then I give it the boot test. And if it gets significantly hotter, then I know I found something. So let me see what it is. So this turned out to be just a little tiny piece, but it's almost certainly davidite, given this its appearance with these flat sides. So we're on the slope right below the pad, or I'm sorry, the pod, right up there. Actually, it's right up there. That Phil found all those fantastic davidite. And now we're working our way around on the various slopes and finding little pieces, but this one promises to be a better specimen. Either that it's right next to the surface and just a little piece. But let's see what it looks like. So I've got a nice shady spot here to dig, and it's just gorgeous today. Supposed to get a little cold tonight, but that's okay. Okay, so it's got to be right there. rock here. Well, we're getting into some hard rock here. Let's see. Oh, I've moved it already. Well, I'm not so sure. Maybe there's more than one piece. Yeah, there's more than one piece. So I moved the first one. But it's hard rock. Hopefully, well, maybe these things will be just sitting on the surface. No, that's not it. Ooh. That's it. Okay, now this one isn't very pretty. This looks like a little piece of euxenite. Let me see, is that it? Oh, yeah, I think I'm into a little group of euxenites maybe. Yeah, another little ugly piece. Okay. But there's more of it. Hopefully, it's not all this ugly stuff, but chances are it is. Okay. Chances are that's all it is, which is interesting. There was evidently a pot of euxenite here as well. But it does seem to be in the weathered quartz, because it's like a jigsaw puzzle in here in the quartz, coming out in pieces. Okay, so this is gonna do it. So. Something over there. So Phil just found a little piece of euxenite right below here as well, so that's probably what this is. And that's it. I moved it. Now I've got something here. I'm not going to worry about that little guy. Just a little piece of euxenite. Okay. Well, that wasn't as exciting as I thought it would be, but that's part of the hobby. So there's the slope. We've been finding all the davidites, and of course up at the very top up there is the pod, and a little further over there is where we found euxenites. And coming downhill, there's a confluence, I think, because now we found another euxenite right down here, where I really expected to find more davidites, but you know, this big tree seems to be in the way of a prime field where these specimens could have weathered out. So I'm going to check underneath this tree. As a matter of fact, I've already found one spot here. Where is it? Yeah, I've already got one spot. And so I'll be checking it out underneath this tree. So this looks like it could be a piece of davidite. It's got some flat sides, a nice termination to it. So yeah, I'll assume that's what that is. And I'm going to work my way up this tree here. So Phil and I are wrapping up this adventure in Petaca, and today we went back to La Harita and found a few more davidites and euxenites, but nothing spectacular. So I thought I'd wrap it up by showing you the 3 best specimens that we found on this trip. Hold on. No! Sorry about that. No. Not including David Culp's. He got some good specimens as well. But these are some of the more spectacular ones, and I have to give credit to Phil. He really shone on this.
I got lucky.
Well,
And the gamma dog.
a lot of skill involved. And I'll just talk about mine first, since this was a really nice euxenite, full crystal, very large, has very nice crystal form to it. It's, you know, it starts off, this is where it started to grow, and then it grew out like this, like a cauliflower. So that's a very nice piece. I'm proud of that. And then Phil got into that pod of monazite at Meadows and pulled these pieces out, including, I don't know, half dozen more, that fit together perfectly. You can see they actually form a double crystal. These might have started off as individual crystals when they started growing, but then they grew together and made this nice assembly. So we'll glue that back together and put it back the way it formed. So that belongs in a museum, actually. But probably the most exciting thing is we found another area where we found davidite in mass, and in particular this piece is just amazing. See how flat it is, and it's got these facets on all sides. That looks like a fracture there, but that is an amazing specimen, and there's nothing else like it. Of course, it's never been reported in Petaca. Before I started finding it, it had never been reported before. So
Fourth location, right?
we're happy. Yeah, I've now found it in 4 different locations, including this latest one at La Harita. And man, that is a spectacular specimen. That also belongs in a museum. So that wraps it up for this trip. And I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to be back probably in the fall. And we'll be sleeping under the stars tonight because we're all packed up and ready to leave. So, till next time.
Fantastic trip, and that gamma dog, we're finding so many things.
Yeah.